Hey friends, I hope you're having a great day today. Look what I'm going to paint. I'll link the reference photo in this video's description. It's an ostrich. Isn't that funny? I think I already have a title, which doesn't happen to me very often. I think I'm going to call it Not My Problem. I just love the face on this. I'm going to paint it. Well, here, let's just get started and have some fun. Okay, let's set the table. This is an 8" by 8" canvas panel from US Art Supply. I've got a lot of videos where I've gotten them from Michaels. I like them both. This one does say 100% cotton canvas, acrylic gesso, triple primed, medium weight, archival quality. So the 100% cotton canvas and the archival quality, acid free, is what I really like. And then isn't that pretty? I used a 1" filbert from Royal and Langnickel. A lot of water in my brush. I might have dipped it in about halfway, and then I wipe it off on a paper towel. And then a lot of white paint. You saw me put like a blob of white, a little bit of blue. I think I even grabbed some more white and just swirled. And then I grabbed, here, we'll go through the colors. I grabbed some red violet and just swirled. So I think that's really pretty. Might take a little practice. It's going to depend, like if you do this on paper, it's going to take more paint, more water, because it's going to dry faster. It's going to just depend on your surface a little bit, or maybe even more than a little bit. You'll have to test it out. And if it dries, that's okay. Just dry it with a hairdryer and then come. You notice I painted like 2/3 of it, dried it with a hairdryer, flipped it. You can still get the effect when it's dry. Okay, so I'm using primaries. A little bit different than some of my other primaries in that I'm using phthalo blue. A lot of times I use phthalo blue green shade. This time I'm using phthalo blue. I bought it in the basics because when I was at Michaels, they're not sponsoring, neither of these companies are sponsoring this video. I could only find it in the basics, but I really like it. It's a beautiful blue. Isn't that pretty? A Quinachridone magenta. You could use red. I like Quinachridone magenta because it mixes well with the yellow and the blues. I had my thumb over it. Cad yellow. A lot of times I buy yellow in the basics because I go through a lot of yellow. It's not as strong of a pigmented color, so you need more yellow than you do the other ones. Like if you notice for this violet purple I mixed, a lot of Quinachridone, not very much blue. Titanium white. Ta-da! I'm excited to paint this ostrich. I just love his face. And then I think I'm going to need Mars Black. I don't know, but I put it out. Okay. And then I already talked about swirling it wet and all that. I'm going to let this dry for a couple hours. It's winter time. I dried it well with a hairdryer, but I'm going to let it sort of settle and cure before I'm going to trace. I printed out the photo, 8 by 8, made a couple of notes. I'm thinking maybe yellow splatters. We'll see when we get there. And I'm thinking maybe sort of an abused little daisy with a petal falling. We'll see though what I end up doing. This is, I don't know if I mentioned this already. I increased the saturation in Photoshop before I printed it out, which is where I kind of got the purple idea from. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but the background has little hints of kind of pink and purple in it. Yeah, I don't think you can see it. Okay guys, so I will be back in a couple hours. So what the heck am I thinking? It's making me laugh. This photo just makes me laugh. I'm thinking I'm taking a #1 round brush from Princeton. If I hold it up, you might be able to see it. And I'm painting in some of the little detail because I don't know if you call it hair or fur, the crazy hair, you know, will kind of go over things, like over the eyes. The eyes are black in the photo, but I think I'm gonna have like a little bit of an amber. I researched ostriches a little bit on Google. A lot of them have brown eyes with kind of a raw sienna highlight in them. Here's raw sienna. Keep in mind that my phone and your monitor or phone or tablet changes the colors a little bit. If you're getting really exact here, I don't know why I felt like I needed to say that. So I've also seen ostriches with blue eyes, which are pretty neat, but they're whiter. I don't think this one has blue eyes. Anyway, so I'm just finding details and putting in color. Here, I'm going to show you the reference photo. Hopefully it'll, see how black those eyes are? You can't really see them. But I don't know, hopefully you can tell in the video, can you see the blue? When I increase the saturation of the color, yeah, you can there. Isn't that fun? Actually, I can maybe use some more yellow on the mouth. I think I'm going to put purple over here just to switch it. I already have put some to remind me. Like this is to remind me of what I'm thinking too. But right now I'm just getting in that beak, even though actually nothing goes over it. I just decided to start there. Okay, so hopefully a couple of those comments help. This just makes me laugh. Here, give you a closer look. So the eyes are gonna look really weird. That's orange, that's a little orange with brown. That's more of a raw sienna color. And it's okay that it's on top of the blue because it mutes it. I can always add some white for pop. I added some white under here for some pop. I don't know that I'm done with the beak, but I've got a lot of it figured out. Okay, so hopefully those comments help a bit. I really like the phthalo blue, and it makes a pretty red violet and a pretty purple with the quinacridone. I think that's fun. And of course the quinacridone and the cad yellow make pretty oranges and reds. You can make a red. And then I'm trying to make a yellow oxide, which I think I got pretty close. Mine would need a little white, but I didn't bother adding it because I can always add the white later. I made it with a lot of yellow. Actually, I had too much black in it, so I scraped some of it off, put more yellow in it, and put just a little bit of magenta in it. And then this is an orange, a red orange with some black. Mix it until you like it to get the brown. I do that quite a bit. Okay, guys, I think that gets us up to speed. I'm going to paint some more, and I'll be back in a bit. Hey friends, I thought I'd pop in and just show you the eyes and just chat for a second. So I think the eyeballs are pretty much done. I Googled another ostrich and to see what their pupils look like from a front view. because I lightened them up, as I showed you a little bit ago. The eyeballs look black in the reference photo. I'm putting in some color areas. I found the top of the head. I don't think, that might be okay. That might be a little dark right here, but I also put in some white so I kind of can see how light I can go. I've darkened up underneath the mouth, the underside of, I suppose that's the chin. I like the purple. So basically what I'm doing is I'm putting in shapes. Like there's kind of this, actually I need to change that shape if I want to be more accurate. Well, and I don't know if you can see, but like the paint shrinks when it dries. It needs another coat of paint anyway. Maybe change that purple shape a little bit, but I've kind of just got a purple highlight that runs down the side of the ostrich. I think it's starting to take shape. It just makes me giggle. Also, I guess one more thought before I paint some more is, if I don't end up not liking all this color, I can tone it down. That's always nice. I can glaze over it with, like, I could glaze over the entire thing with brown. You know, I could glaze over sections with brown or gray or whatever. Okay, guys, I just wanted to pop in and show you the eyes. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, I think my ostrich is looking pretty good. I've got several layers. I've also gone back in. I think I'm going to do it again. I don't know if you can see it, but I get little specks. Just kind of lay down some more paint. It's looking pretty good. I like that this was yellow and then I laid some beige on the top. So in the reference photo here, maybe I think I've showed the eyes. So in the reference photo, there's like a lot of little stray hairs around the outside of the ostrich's body, and they look purple. Some of them look kind of blackish gray, some of them look kind of bluish. So I mixed kind of a bluish, purpley gray, straight up gray, and I'm going to use black. And I think I'm going to start with a number 1 round and start with black. So I'm going to grab some water, and there's already some water there. Oh, and I moved my camera up a little bit because my palette just keeps expanding as I mix colors trying to get it in. But I think I'll start with some of the eyelashes. Here, maybe I'll try and pick it up. So there's some that go, and it's okay. See, that was crooked, but that's okay. We're just going to put in a few. Oh yeah, that's kind of fun. And some of them are even black. Oh, hopefully this is in frame. So I'm looking at my reference photo to my left, trying to keep this in frame and paint. I tell you, I learn a lot during YouTube. I'm going to try and be sort of selective and not put in a ton and then just build up. Oop. I'm trying to get that a little longer. I think I'll just leave it be. I wonder if I need a little. So you use a little brush, you got to come back in and grab paint more often. Oh, I think that's fun. And there's actually, I've got some here. Maybe I just need more grays. I've got quite a bit of black. I think we'll just leave that alone. It just, this ostrich, I think when you get this angle on any bird, they can look pretty grumpy. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do here. It'd be easier if I lay it down, but I thought I'd put a couple in. So wherever you want to be finished, you lay it down, and then you pull out and lift up to where you want it to be thinner. And I'm kind of doing it backwards here. It almost might be easier for me to do it this way. Yeah, let's do one that kind of goes. And sometimes you just don't get it. It just won't. We're just going to call that good. Okay, I just thought I'd demo that a little bit, and then I'm going to put in a bunch more, and I'm going to vary the values. The darkest ones go by the eyes, and then they get a lot lighter. Hope that helps a little bit. I'll be back. Hey friends, what do you think? I like it. I like that I have it colorful. Let's see, a couple comments. So you don't need to connect or start your brush strokes for the crazy hairs. You don't need to always start it from the inside and go out. Sometimes I went from the outside in. Sometimes I just have a little, like a break. Just a little spot, or like that one starts from the outside and goes in. Oh, hopefully that was in frame. I didn't use the gray that much. More purple and blue. I put in some gray eyelashes after a while ago with the black. Oh, and then I lightened up this eye just a smidge more with some orange. To have it glow a little more. What else? Oh, I ended up painting this almost like a white lime green just to get it to cover. And then I came back and that's a pretty green, but it just wasn't covering, so I made a darker green. And then came back and lightened that up. So that's got like 3 coats on it maybe. And then I painted my petals beige. And then I think 3 coats of white. So here, let me get something to point with. So that might have 1 coat of white, and this has 3 coats of white to get it to pop and just get it to cover. And then I don't know if you can see it, but my paint's thicker where it's heavier and brighter white. Sometimes you just have to glob it on. Like I just globbed that one on. You know, just lay it on thick. It'll cover better. Here, let's do a little tour. It's such a great reference photo. I just love it. It's a great angle. It just makes me laugh. Okay, guys, let me know what you think. Let me know if you give this one a try. As I've mentioned, the link to the reference photos in this video's description. What else? Let me know if you use phthalo blue. I really like it. I can't really tell the difference between the heavy body. Well, the heavy body's thicker. But as far as how much color, how much pigmentation, I really can't tell the difference. Sometimes the basics are more transparent, but I actually like that. You can always add a pinch of white to make it more opaque. Okay, I think that's enough comments. I super appreciate your support. I love hanging out with you guys. Great, big, happy art hugs, and I hope to chat with you soon. Bye, guys.